A simple search on the internet will result in hundreds of different chili spice blends, while a visit to your local supermarket may only show you 6 or 8 spice blends, many of them very similar to what you see right here. But if you really want to take your dishes to that next level, you need to make your own homemade chili powder. On this episode, that's what we're going to teach you exactly how to do. So you want to learn to cook? Well, you've come to the right place. We're going to start out with some easy dishes and work our way up to some more complex recipes. So put your feet up, get comfortable. This is Culinary U. On today's episode of Culinary U, we're going to teach you how to make your own ground chili powder. Using your own ground chili powder really takes your dishes up to that next level and makes them your own. This ground chili powder would really be great in your own Texas style chili that we made in episode 1. You can also use it in taco seasonings and any other dishes that call for a commercial style chili powder. Having your own really just makes a difference, and I think you're really going to enjoy it. So let's get on to making our own ground chili powder, and I'll talk to you when we're done. Most commercial chili powders contain a variety of chilies in addition to cumin, paprika, salt, oregano, garlic powder, and other ingredients, whereas the chili powder that we are going to make contains nothing but chilies. When making your own chili powder, you can use any chilies that you like. I happen to prefer a combination of 3 chilies that give my chili powder a bold, hearty flavor. The 3 dried chilies that I prefer to use are the Ancho, the Anaheim, and the New Mexico chilies. Before we get ready to process our chilies into chili powder, we must roast them in the oven to bring out their essential oils and give them that slightly smoky flavor that only roasting can provide. So set your oven to 300 degrees, and while the oven is preheating, we are going to remove the stems and the seeds from our chilies. I like to use a set of kitchen shears to cut off the stems and to cut the chilies lengthwise in order to remove the seeds. Dried ancho chilies have a thick, pliable, leathery skin that will dry out during the roasting process, whereas the thinner-walled Anaheim and New Mexico chilies may crumble easily in your hands just as they are in this video segment. Even though the Anaheim and New Mexico chilies appear dried, they still need to be roasted to bring out their essential oils and to complete the drying process. Once we have removed all the seeds and stems from our chilies, spread them out evenly on a baking sheet and place them in the oven for 2 to 3 minutes, or just until you begin to smell the aroma of the peppers. When the peppers are ready, remove the baking sheet from the oven and place the peppers on a paper plate to cool. Remember, even though the chilies have been removed from the oven, the metal baking sheet is still hot and the peppers will continue to cook and may burn if left on the metal baking sheet. Once the peppers have cooled, crumble them up into small pieces and place them in a spice mill or coffee grinder and process them into a fine powder. I use a coffee grinder that was purchased at Walmart for $10 to grind all my peppers and whole spices. If you're going to use whole spices on a regular basis, as I do, this is an excellent investment. As you will see in the following example, the variety of peppers I use give me a dark chili powder as seen on the left side of the paper plate, while the commercial chili powder on the right side of the plate is quite a bit lighter in color. Now that we've ground our chilies, let's make our own commercial style chili powder. We're going to do this by taking 4 tablespoons of our ground chilies, 2 tablespoons of ground cumin, 1 tablespoon each of garlic powder and onion powder, 1 tablespoon of oregano, and 1 teaspoon of paprika. You want to mix these all together really well, put them in an airtight container, stick them back on the shelf, and whenever you use a recipe that calls for a chili powder, you're going to use your own chili powder. I think you're going to find that this really is going to make a significant difference in the flavor of your dishes, and I hope you're really going to enjoy this. And we hope to see you next time on Culinary U. And remember, you can give a man food and he eats for a day, teach a man to cook and he eats for a lifetime. Well guys, that about wraps up this episode of Culinary U. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook. You can follow us at Twitter. You can get a complete breakdown of the recipe in this episode at our blog spot right here at www.culinaryu.blogspot.com, or you can send us an email of any recipes you'd like to see on the show at culinaryu@gmail.com. So once again, we thank you for coming to see us. We'd like to say salam, shalom, peace, and until next time, this is Culinary U.